5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, say.
Nope.
No. Pick a different song. Try again.
Okay,
Hit next.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Great. Now we're not patriotic. Thanks a lot. Tim.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Classic. Home on the range.
Where what?
Where the deer and the antelope play.
Where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the No Chaser Podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Schultz.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Nikki Blades is back in the building.
I missed you guys.
Damn, girl, we missed you too.
Yeah.
Missed you guys.
Welcome back from your forced hiatus.
It was.
We hope you took that time to really think about the things that you said.
I did. And I just wanted to say I'm sorry.
And I'm back to air this bitch out.
But hey, no, it's good to have you back.
Yes,
Thanks.
welcome.
Yeah, you know.
Your hair looks good.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I just got a cut. I actually put some shit in it this time.
Yeah.
Because I'm wearing these new fucking Goody brand bowling shirts.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I have this shirt on, I feel like I need to do my hair. You know what I'm saying?
You are living out the look right now. You got the chucks and the hair and all of that.
I felt like it was necessary. And these drop tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific time, midnight East Coast time. Goodybrand.com.
And they also come in a t-shirt.
Yes.
A few different colored t-shirts.
Yes, the boys are looking quite
Should
nice.
you show them the back?
I will show them the back.
Oh.
It says Goody, and then
Ooh, I
on the
want one.
back,
Oh yeah, I
on the
want
back
one of
it
these.
says Mind in the Gutter. And you know,
I feel like you're not pointing at
You're-
any camera at all.
Nobody knows what
One of these-
you're talking about
one of
right
these
now.
is-
To
one
walk
of
away
these is
from the
showing it. Yeah,
microphone.
it's okay. Yeah.
There you go. Just show me right now. You're showing them your
That's our
ass.
official bowling team.
It
Goody
looks
losers.
good. You guys look
Thank you.
nice. We got the.
Thank you.
Everybody looks so nice.
Thanks.
My
The
stinky feet.
anti-fogs.
You know what I'm saying? On. You know, these are the 2022s.
So where the fuck you been, man?
Working. Where I wish I was doing something fun.
That's fun, kind of.
It is, but it's
work.
It's better to say that, oh, I was out on vacation or I was traveling or I just was so exhausted. I just needed some time to myself. But no, a bitch was working.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of vacation, quick question. I don't think I've ever asked you. What is a place that you've never been to that you really, 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 really want to go to?
Oh, Japan.
Then you never been either?
I've never been to Japan. Number one on my list. That is the place I want to go to. Everything else, I don't even care.
Same.
I just want to go to Japan, and then wherever else I get to go is dope.
I literally was supposed to go to Japan.
Go to Japan.
I was gonna go to the pan in the in the aisle where you get your kitchenware. No, I was supposed to go to Japan, and then the fucking pandemic happened.
Yeah.
But it was literally I'm like, yo, babe, look at what month do you want to go next year to Japan? Because it was on my list, and then the shit.
That's where the cherry blossom thing is,
Yes.
correct? Yeah. So, we were supposed to go to Japan last year.
Yeah, same.
Pandemic, yeah. We would have all been in Japan probably at the same time.
Oh, that would have been cool. That would have been super
no
random.
Chaser Japan.
That would've been great. That would've been
Because in
great.
Japan, the fuck you doing here?
Just walking by. A tall mother? Nikki.
Rick. Tim's blending in. We like
Yeah, I'm here, guys. I'm here.
Tim. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's racist, Rick.
I had to.
It's okay. I'm gonna get him back, guys. And they would be like, Rickzilla.
No, that's what they're saying to
That's a
me.
little racist to them, too.
Yeah, true. It's okay. I can be racist to Japanese.
Wait a minute.
Oh, my God. How cute.
We did not plan none of this. We didn't plan the shirts.
That is adorable.
That's funny.
You guys are just connected.
We just trying to sell shit. Okay, so today we have another interesting episode, right? Because in one of the last No Chaser episodes, that people really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki Blades had a bunch of questions that women were afraid to ask men.
Yeah.
And so she asked us, and we answered as truthfully as we could. We answered
Yeah.
our truths.
Yeah, our truth. Very important that you know that our.
Yes, our truth. Just like today will be Nikki Blades' perspective and her truths.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we just Googled a random list of. I was like, let me just find one of these fucking articles that says questions men are afraid to ask women.
I found one too, and I didn't like any of the questions, so I made it my own. And I suck at this.
I found one. I also didn't like the questions, but I'm gonna roll with it.
It is interesting when you're online looking up what other people want to ask other people,
Right.
Yeah.
especially because we have conversations for a living, so we have a lot of different perspectives.
Yeah.
So we don't necessarily share those same questions.
Yeah, and some of it just feels silly, right?
Yeah.
But then I had to put myself in the perspective, right? It's like, okay, this is silly to me.
Yeah.
But also, as we've said many times, you and me are better than most men.
True.
That is true.
So it's
I
like,
did not think of that.
Right.
They may have actually have these questions.
these are actually their questions. We are just better.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it. All right.
Right.
While I find my list, though, I'm gonna let you.
You let me start?
I'll let you start.
Okay, I want to preface this by saying, y'all know I be annoyed with shit all the time, right? So when I was thinking of my questions, I could only think to ask about shit I'm annoyed with. So I'm trying to not ask those questions and think of some better ones, but this one has to be one of those.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And we need your true answer
Yes.
here, right?
And again, this is my perspectives
Blades.
and some of my friends. So
Yeah.
I may not be speaking on everybody else's behalf. And if I say we, just letting y'all know,
It's in
I just
general.
use it very loosely.
Her,
All right.
her and her friends.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know what takes women a long time when they're getting ready. I get it. A lot of shit y'all gotta do. You gotta put on makeup. You gotta blend said makeup. You gotta contour the makeup.
They got to bake.
They have to bake. Yeah.
I'm
You got-
not saying women belong in the kitchen. I'm saying you let the makeup bake.
Yeah. You got lashes.
Right.
You got eyebrows, hair.
Yeah.
Maybe hair extensions.
You never know.
All type of shit like that. The outfit you had in your head, maybe it don't work. You got to get a whole new outfit. Whole bunch of things going on.
Right.
I get it. I understand it. I am no longer bothered by it. Right. But my question is, with knowing all of that, why don't women allot more time for getting ready?
I have this issue with my friends. One in particular, this girl is always late, and I think the same thing.
Genevieve.
Genevieve actually gets ready pretty quickly.
all right,
Thank
all right,
goodness. This is my homegirl, Laura. Laura, if you're watching, she knows she is always late. She will tell me a time, and then something else happens, and then she'll be late. I don't know what it is. It's a mental thing. It's 1000% a mental thing, because we all know how long it actually takes us to get ready, because we have our morning routine, right? So 10 to 15 minutes, you're getting ready in the morning. You do it almost every day. You know what's going to work. There's something about going out. It's maybe I'm switching it up. Maybe I'm trying to do a little bit more. And it's a mental process. I have no idea why we don't give that 30 minutes of what if I don't like this outfit.
Yeah.
I feel like there needs to be a 30-minute grace period. And a lot of those memes that you see where the girls say, oh yeah, I'm on the way, and she's still in bed, it's because she's mentally preparing to get ready, which I don't know why we do, but we do. It's like getting ready for the game. We're going through all the plays in our head before we sit down on the floor in front of the mirror to put our face on.
Right.
But ladies, we should give that 30-minute grace period. But do I really have an honest answer as why we do it? I don't know. Honestly, sometimes when my stomach hurts, and I'm going to say this, when my stomach hurts, when my tummy is just not ready to be out, I am thinking, what the hell am I going to wear? Like you said, that outfit that I had, it could be whatever I ate that day, some reason just does not agree, and all of a sudden no, for real, like all of a sudden I don't feel confident in whatever I was gonna wear. I'm looking in the mirror at myself for way too long, and I start nitpicking. And that's a big thing, is that when you're sitting in the mirror for too long, you just start looking at yourself and you start not liking what you see.
Yeah.
You add, you subtract, you start over, you change. So if you allow yourself only this much time to get ready, you're probably going to get it done on time. But it's because you're just staring too long, and now you're not liking, and then you're thinking about the scenario, and there's so much that's going on, when in reality, if you just got ready and didn't care about all the extra shit, we'd be on time.
I can completely understand and sympathize, because Rick can attest to the fact that I'm late a lot.
Yes.
And here's what fucks me up, right? Because you think, even when you set up more time for yourself, that you go, I set up more time for myself, I can take my time doing this shit.
It's such a mental thing. But one trick that I started doing, because you guys know, whenever I'm coming here, I only have a certain amount of time to get ready. I was here barefaced and my hair was still kind of messy.
Yeah.
But I have my look. I know exactly what it is that I use, no matter what the lighting is. It's these same products. It's always going to look the same. Don't stare at myself for too long. Look, ask, we look good. Okay, sit, and then just go. It's because sometimes what we're seeing in the mirror isn't actually what you guys are seeing. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the time, the mirror is playing tricks on, like, playing tricks on us. So yeah, I'm using the same 5 products, and this is what I do every day. But for some reason today, it's just not looking the same. Makes so sense. I'm going to spend that extra 5 minutes fixing it, which turns into 10 because now I don't understand. Mm-hmm. And it just goes into the snowball effect after that. So one of my best bits of advice is, when you get ready, try not to stare at yourself for too long. Know that you probably look way better than you think you do. And honestly, you're just probably not feeling yourself at the moment. But you're going to regret just not trusting that you look good.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sometimes you just got to be like, man, fuck that shit, I look good.
Right.
Yeah.
And get out.
Yes, be confident, for real.
I don't care if my lashes are halfway off.
And get you some good friends, because if you walk out the house and you are not blended, and your girls or your friends did not tell you, they are not your friends.
She always be trying to blend my shit. Because whenever I throw on a little concealer for like a video or something, or like for no chaser, I throw on a little concealer, and she's like, babe, you gotta blend this. I'm like, you don't show up on the cameras like that, baby. I don't care if it looks stupid when I'm out. It's for the cameras.
And there is a difference between in person and camera makeup. Yeah. Totally different.
That's so funny.
Man, real quick before I ask this question, you know what used to fuck me up when I'll be, now this is so dumb, when I would be like, I'll give myself extra time, right? I get ready. I'll be ready early. And then I look at the clock. I'll be like, I got time to jack off real quick.
Bruh, it end up late.
And then you end up tired. You're like, man, I don't even feel like going out no more.
I'm gonna sleep.
I'm just gonna, this is stupid. I didn't want to go out anyway.
It's like, I can knock one out in like 5 minutes. And then it's like 10 minutes.
That is the worst. If you are ready and then you're like mentally prepared to leave that house, you're like, yeah, we're going out. And then 5 minutes goes by and you're like, hey, aren't we supposed to be leaving? And all of a sudden your whole mood changes.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I didn't even want to go out anyways.
Yeah.
What's good, everybody? This episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. Say it with us now, Blue Chew, okay? Blue Chew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger and longer lasting erections. You already know, I tell you guys all the time, I used the Blue Chew when I was on the honeymoon because, we were getting it in. And sometimes you get a little tired, and I used the Blue Chew when we were trying to make a baby because we were going in every day. And, my little man was, after like day 4, he was like, I need a break. But the Blue Chew helped me out because Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost, all right? Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of erectile dysfunction. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online. That's right. Blue Chew Sildenafil and Tadalafil tablets are chewable, okay? Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA, and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform in the bedroom or on the couch or on the kitchen table, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And here's a special deal just for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code Tim at checkout, okay? Just pay $5 shipping. That's it. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Tim to receive your first month free. And we thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring the podcast. I think we've all had those experiences where, you're trying to shave your balls and your groin area, and then maybe, you got the razor like tugs at some pubes, or I had a boy in college that actually literally snipped his ball skin trying trim his pubes, blood. It was bad, all right? It was bad, okay? Luckily, Manscaped is here to save the day and make sure you're smelling fresh with their new refined body wash. The ladies love their signature scent, and it will scare away those vampires, all right? Unlock your confidence with the Performance Package 4.0. Their finely tuned pube products feature a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is easily the greatest ball trimmer on the planet. Oh, and did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? I definitely use it in the shower every couple days. Perfect. The Perfect Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker, a total game changer to your men's hygiene arsenal, all right? Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. And if you're looking like Wolverine and haven't cut your nails recently, be sure to look into the Shears 2.0 Nail Kit, okay? They have a bunch of other life-changing products on their website, so be sure to check it out. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code NOCHASER20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code NOCHASER20 at manscaped.com. Say trick or treat to your beautiful new Halloweeny with Manscaped.
When I was in Vegas Friday night, this past time I was out there, I went to go see Genevieve. Genevieve was already out. She was having dinner, and I was supposed to meet up with them. So I got ready, fully dressed. I'm like, yeah, I'm going out. It's Vegas. She's like, we're on our way back. Don't worry about coming out. We're just going to come to the house first. That 20 minutes of just waiting for her to come back to the house, I was already done. I didn't want to go out.
Yeah.
So I had a full face of makeup. I took those pictures. Yo, the pictures that I posted on my Instagram, I didn't even go out.
Word.
I didn't even go out. I was waiting to go out. Took the pictures. I was like, yeah, I look good. I'm going to go out. By the time she got there, I said, I don't want to go out no more.
Hilarious.
Like, there's no point. So we stayed inside and watched movies.
Adorable.
That's so funny. I make sure that I'm ready to go, right?
Yeah.
I used to get ready maybe an hour ahead of time. And I'm not talking about like start getting ready. Like I'm done getting ready. And I just plan everything to not fuck up whatever I just did. I'm sitting like this so I don't sweat under here and shit. I'm moving very minimal.
Yeah.
I'm just because I hate waiting for people. So I don't want to be the person people wait for. The only thing that used to get me was emergency shits.
Oh.
Be ready as hell, and then like 3 minutes before it's time to go, like, oh, I gotta go to the toilet. That was the only thing.
You know, amongst the girls, we have the conversation, especially because of our outfits. We wear such complicated outfits at times that if your stomach is not prepared for you to leave the house, that we gotta wait collectively. Like, we are not going, because once I leave this place, there's no going to the. I am currently in a onesie right now.
Yeah.
This is all. I will be sitting naked on the toilet if I have to go to the bathroom, and that's not cute for nobody. So before we leave, somebody might like that, but before we leave, that is something to always take into consideration, because there's
everybody shit.
yes. It's like, because bitch, we are not, because you are not going to ruin our night if we want to go out. And we were out one time and one of the girls was not feeling good, and we're like, bitch, what is wrong with your face? She's like, my stomach. I said, we told you we are going out. We are not going home early tonight, so you better figure out your situation.
Damn, y'all go home early just to shit? Nah, I guess we all do that.
Where am I supposed to go?
Imagine coming back to the table, everybody's angry. Like, what's wrong? This bitch got a shit.
We gotta go. We gotta leave.
I had a homegirl. She told me one night all of her girls were going out at her, or like they were about to go out, and that wasn't the plan until the homegirl came one night and was like, everybody take a shit, put on some heels, we're going out.
We're going out. Okay? Ladies don't talk about it because that's something in our group. But it's like, if you don't go to the fucking bathroom, because we're not turning around or just looking at your friend like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Nothing. What's wrong with you? No, I'm asking you one more fucking time, girl. What is wrong with you? And if you say your goddamn stomach, then you gonna have to be in that dirty bathroom by yourself, because I am not waiting for you.
One question in, so much insight.
Yeah, this is great.
Let you know why the girls take so long to get ready, because we can't predict
Hilarious.
when our stomachs might say you're not leaving the house tonight.
Speaking of your stomachs hurting,
Okay.
Number 15.
What the fuck y'all get pregnant for?
Number 15 on my list. Are periods really that bad?
Ooh.
Are they really that bad?
Yes.
Nikki Blaze, do you get really bad cramps?
I used to.
And then what changed?
My birth control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I used to get really bad cramps. Everybody's period is different. And that's what we have to really take into consideration, is because however my period is for me isn't how it is for somebody else. I can go, because of my birth control, I can go a month without getting my period. If anything, maybe something light. And that's completely normal. Then I know girls who have severe cramps to where they are curled up in a ball.
Yeah.
It's every month. Some girls, their periods are really light, but their PMS is insane. And most people don't know your PMS comes in like about a week to 2 weeks before you actually get your period.
God.
So by the time a woman gets her period, it's probably more of a relief versus the leading up to it, because you don't understand what's happening. So not only are we dealing with, bleeding, you're dealing with the unpredictability of your hormones, your emotions, your skin, your body. Am I bloated? Is it something I ate? Why am I so tired? For me, I get extremely fatigued. I feel like I haven't slept in weeks. My body's completely depleted. Actually, this past week I was on my period and I don't really cramp. Also, working out helps with that a lot. But when I tell you, I was exhausted. Like, I had no idea. I felt like my brain was just heavy in my head. My body wouldn't be able to move. And I just knew what it was. It was like, okay, I'm going to get ready to start. This just sucks. And it's almost like there's nothing you can do to help. Like, pre-workout helped me to at least get to the gym, because I knew I was going to feel bad if I didn't go. But yeah, everybody's experience is different, and it happens in different points in everyone's lives. Like, I had mine a little bit later. My sister had hers earlier. And my nieces and my cousins, they're getting their periods at they're in elementary school.
Yeah.
So imagine being in elementary school, dealing with your body changing, and that happens for the rest of your life. And then when you get cramps, or you're just my boobs get really sore. This isn't the same for everybody, but we're all here. I go up a full cup size every month. That shit hurts. It does not feel good. So for me, I'm super sensitive. I hate when anybody touches me, because my body almost feels like it's tingling.
Oh, when you're sick and you're I hate that.
So that's what it feels like for me sometimes. And it's hard to explain to somebody when you kind of don't even know how to explain what's happening.
Right.
So periods differentiate per person, but it's one of those things where it's like, damn, I wish I could articulate exactly what I'm feeling and have anybody understand it. Yeah. That's why sometimes guys, and especially a lot of good guy friends, guys that are around a lot of girls growing up, or have moms and sisters and cousins like that, they have a general understanding that this shit is not fake. They're not just faking it. When you see them curled up, or they're crying, or they're snapping at you, you're like, what the fuck is happening? And then when it's oh, she's having her period, okay. Instead of going, oh my God, your period's not even that bad.
Right. Yeah. So you're not a moody PMSer. You're
I am exhausted when I'm on my period, but I can tell, because I'm hypersensitive already. I'm super sensitive, but when I physically feel that I'm being sensitive, I want to cry. When I feel like I want to cry for no reason. And it's the weirdest thing, because I know I'm this shit ain't even sad.
Right.
But I have to remind myself of what's happening, and it makes the situation easier.
Man, I used to date this girl, man, and I've never dealt with this before, right? Where when she was PMSing, we would get into arguments about the dumbest shit, right? And then literally, drop of a dime, 2 seconds later, she'd be like, okay, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
under it now, bro.
I'm damn. We need to talk about the bullshit you just said.
Right.
She's like, no, I'm over it. It's cool. I'm like,
yeah. Me working on communication has helped me so much, because there's times where I can't even explain to you why I'm upset, but I just feel upset. And if I'm able to say that while we're getting into some sort of subject that I know might lead down we're gonna fight, if I throw out, yo, by the way, I'm feeling super sensitive today, I'm forewarning you that I'm gonna probably pick up whatever you're saying wrong. And I've had to do that with my own friends, girls, everybody, it doesn't matter. I'd be like, yo, whatever you're saying to me right now is not feeling right, so let's come back to this, because I want to fight you. I physically want to fight you right now, and I don't know why. I want to punch your face, but you didn't do anything to me. So let me take a step back,
right,
and then let's not go there.
Let me tell you, I be understanding as fuck, right? And I get all of that shit, and I know it's even a little bit worse for some people. It's this thing called like post menstrual something 2Ds or something like that. It's pretty fucked up. Like it's fucked up for them, right?
There's a lot of shit going on inside of us that we can't explain.
Yeah. But boy, I be getting mad. Like, I've learned to just be like, hey, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like just it wasn't me.
Yeah.
All right, but woo, I be pissed off.
Yo, my ex was really good at picking up on it. When you're with somebody long enough, and I feel like you guys have been in relationships long enough to kind of see the signs, even though we're not going to tell you, oh, I'm getting ready to start my period. By the time we realize it, it's too late. We've already tried to fight you twice. So my ex is really good at knowing, kind of, he knew my cycle probably better than I knew it, because he was like, this bitch started getting moody around the same time in the beginning of the month.
Right.
Shit gets a little weird. Like she don't like her clothes. Nothing looks good for some reason.
Yeah.
I feel like the mental portion of it is the most fucked up part about your period, because I feel ugly. I'll be looking in the mirror. I'll be like, my hair don't look good. My skin don't look good. My clothes don't fit. But in reality, I know I look all right.
Damn you, uterine lining.
Yes. And then you're waiting. You're like, what the hell? Is it coming? Is it not coming? And that's a whole other mind fuck. That's a whole other mind fuck, because that bitch don't show up every time at the same time. Like it changes. There's all types of things that change it too. And that's the worst part, is that as we get older, and there's going to be another phase in my life where this shit's going to change again.
Yeah.
And then it's going to change when I have a baby. It's going to change when you have sex. Like,
Y'all look forward to menopause?
Shit, just like getting rid of it. I've been watching some of the ladies go through it. I don't understand why. Whoever decided that was something that's going to happen to us, who made that plan?
Well, y'all shouldn't have eaten that apple, man.
You hungry asses.
You went to the school where they taught you that shit.
The one time y'all knew what you wanted to eat. It's that.
And look, ladies, now we over here. We're going to hit a certain age, and then we're going to have to pull that thing out of us because they mad.
You know, I tell you, Chia, she had a baby, so she didn't have a period, or she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And she had, and then you don't have your period when you're breastfeeding.
Well, you can still get your period while you're pregnant.
That's scary.
Can you?
Yes, yeah. So my sister with my first niece got her period. That's why she didn't know she was pregnant up until later on, because she had her period consistently.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so that's the fucked up part too, is that your body might decide, okay, we're still gonna bleed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, for Chia, she did not get her period while she was pregnant, and also for a lot of women, like, you don't ovulate when you're breastfeeding, so she hasn't had her period in like fucking a year and almost 2 years.
Wow.
Damn.
And so she also is a sensitive PMSer. Doesn't get angry, but does get very short. Is very emotional, but man, she's been chilling for the past couple years.
Nice.
Pretty solid.
The hormones have been pretty decent. Well, how were the hormones when she was pregnant? Because look, you have period hormones, that's one thing, but then I heard pregnancy hormones are like next level.
Yes, I totally forgot about that.
I hate my wife.
So first trimester for her was rough.
Okay.
It was emotional, it was uncomfortable, she was constipated.
Oh no.
That was a rough one for her, headaches, and we talked about this in our videos. She basically had a fucking yeast infection for the whole pregnancy, pretty much.
No, that's super uncomfortable.
Yeah, and she literally had never had one in her whole life up until a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? And then, but when she was pregnant, she was getting them every month. Would take medication for it. It would go, or whatever they gave her for it, a little cream or whatever. Go away for a little bit, come right back. You know
super uncomfortable, and that's another thing too. That shit shows up whenever the fuck it wants to.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it really is. Like, when you see those commercials and they're talking about, is your pH off?
Yeah.
Literally, almost anything can throw that thing off. Anything.
Sucks.
And I mean, it's complicated. That's why we take an extra 30 minutes to get ready, because we got.
It sucks for them, so they have to make it suck for us.
Yes.
Circle of life. I get it.
God's punishing them, so they punish us.
There you go.
Because we're God. Oh my God.
Because we are gods. Yes.
Wow.
The joke.
Hey, everybody. I found an incredible website you simply must check out, all right? Nuts.com. And don't trip. It's not nothing you're going to get in trouble for, all right? Nuts.com is the best kept secret of savory snacks across the country, okay? Nuts.com isn't just for nut lovers, all right? It's your one-stop online pantry shop, okay? I'm talking about they got not only delicious-ass nuts, but they also got candy, chocolate-covered gummy bears, trail mix, dehydrated mangoes, which I love. That's my jit right there, son. They got baking mixes, pastas, and more, okay? The simple and convenient way to have nutritious, delicious, healthy nuts, dried fruit, flours, grains, and so many other high-quality foods delivered straight to your door. Over 4,000 products to choose from, plus all the raw, organic, roasted, salted, and candied nuts you can imagine, even chocolate dipped. How about that? Don't even trip. Easy to navigate website with great photos of the products. Delivery is fast. Most orders ship the same day. Fresher products than the supermarket. It's lit. And I got a special treat just for y'all, all you nut lovers out there, all right? NewNuts.com customers get free shipping on your first order when you text Chaser to 64,000. So text Chaser to 64,000 to get free shipping on your first order from Nuts.com. That's Chaser to 64,000. Terms apply. Available at Nuts.com/terms. Man, don't you hate overdraft fees when you're like, let me just check my bank account, right? Checking your account, and then it's running low, and the last thing you need is a $33 overdraft fee. I mean, come on, man. That's how they get you. Overdraft fees have gotten way out of hand. In 2019, traditional banks took $11 billion in overdraft fees. That's crazy. Chime does things differently, all right? I know y'all are like me. We love money. I'm online every night checking my accounts, checking my monies. Chime is an award-winning app and debit card that has saved its members more than $10 billion in overdraft fees. I mean, that's just lit. And they save that money with their Spot Me fee-free overdraft. Eligible members can overdraft up to $200 on debit card purchases and cash withdrawals with absolutely no fees. I mean, come on, man. That's just lit, all right? Now you deserve to have financial peace of mind. Join the millions of Americans already loving Chime. Sign up. Takes only 2 minutes and it doesn't affect your credit score. Get started today at chime.com/nochaser. That's chime.com/nochaser, okay? And by the way, banking services provided by and debit card issued by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank and a members FDIC. Spot Me eligibility requirements apply. Overdraft only applies to debit card purchases and cash withdrawals. Limits start at $20 and may be increased up to $200 by Chime. Chime member overdraft fee savings based on eligible members' use of Spot Me versus $33 average overdraft fee. Overdraft fee data based on bank rate checking account survey and CRL June 2020 overdraft fees report.
All right, you got another one?
That kind of was
Okay.
my second one. So
Yeah, sure. I got my little list.
You got a
just go through your
list? Okay.
Yeah.
My other ones was still me bitching. So,
We'll get to those. You can bitch. That's fine.
Let's see.
so this one for you specifically, Nikki.
I'll be like, all right, let's go. Why the fuck you?
Oh, some of these are kind of.
It's always interesting too, because sometimes I'll get some of our listeners, they'll write me in, like they'll send DMs. A lot of them are like relationship based, and most of them are from women. And I didn't realize how many girls out there don't have outlets to anybody else to ask these questions too. And it's one of those things, like, we're gonna answer the same questions a lot as you grow up. Like, when it comes to your period, you'll keep talking about that shit to the day you get your menopause, and then that's a different conversation. Then sex, that's a big conversation too, that most girls aren't even having with their parents or with their friends. And the whole slut shaming thing, oh my gosh, there's a lot. What do we got on this list?
Okay, speaking of
Sluts.
kind of that,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of sluts and not sluts, is being a virgin a turnoff? If you were to meet a boy or man who was a virgin, is that a turnoff
At this stage in your life.
this stage in your life?
Oh, me as a grown ass woman?
Yeah.
Good good for you, but I don't want to deal with that.
You don't feel like teaching somebody.
Not even teaching. I feel like you got to unpack some shit. Like I want to know why. There's a lot of reasonings behind that. That is, maybe there's moral things that I may not agree with.
Right.
It's not even about the bedroom at that point. I don't care if you're a virgin. I want to know why.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on behind that? But I lost my virginity to somebody who was a virgin. So we both lost it to each other. So maybe when I was younger, that wouldn't have been a turnoff at all. I think there's something romantic about it.
Yeah.
But as an adult, as a grown ass woman, no.
Yeah, no.
I just don't think that aligns with our lifestyles.
Yeah. Even if he's the most normal dude, right?
Yeah.
Or successful and just normal, nothing weird about him. Sex does stuff to people.
It does.
Yeah.
It really
he
does.
new to that shit. He gonna be doing teenage shit after getting some sex for the first time. I wouldn't be. Don't do it, ladies.
Because that shit will change. It
Get
does
you some
change
hoes.
you. I was talking to somebody about I was talking about hoes. Okay. So I had said at this stage in my life, I would love somebody who's a retired hoe. Like who had already been ran through the streets. Like you are tired. I want you worn out. I want you ready to be sitting at home, watching TV with me and just wanting me. I want a retired hoe.
See, babe, you lucked out.
There's a video where I say that back then. Ex-hoe is the best part.
God, I don't want somebody that still thinks that there's more out there.
Fantasizing about shit.
Yeah, I don't want somebody who believes that they're settling down for me. Nah, I don't want to be that person for you. I want to be the like end all. Like you're good. You've already went out there. You've seen the world. You've done enough. You've seen enough people. And you're like, no, I've been around so many people that I know that you're what I want.
And as long as your thing is clean, we good to go.
Yeah. And to be clear, like that doesn't mean, oh my God, I'm obsessed with you and only you type shit. It just means exactly what you said. Like I've met so many people, certain qualities are rare. I know finding this is not something I'm probably going to do again.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to waste my time looking in the rest of these bullshit motherfuckers.
I never thought I would be the person who like when I was in my like whole little whole stage or whatever doing my thing, and I got to a point, and I didn't think I would ever get to this point where I was like, this sex just feels empty, man.
Empty.
I was like, I need something more.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's like, even though look, it was great, it was fun. And for those of y'all out there doing your thing, casual sex is super fun. But it was like, it definitely, you kind of get to a point where you're like, all right, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we all know there's a difference between when you're just fucking and when you're making love to somebody.
My parents, I say this a lot, they put me up on game. They gave me real life lessons. My parents told me to date, go and meet people, go out. Dad also did say if you sleep around, the rules are different for you versus a boy. So keep that in mind. But you should be able to go and figure out what you want, because by the time you get ready to settle down and you meet that person, like, be ready. Don't be the one to go fuck that up because you didn't explore, because you didn't go out and do what you needed to do to be that person for your person.
Yeah, man. Learning that the grass isn't always greener is one of the most important things to fucking learn, because like you can, like as a man, you can get on Instagram and see all of these girls that look like, oh shit, that's what I want, right? But I've met a lot of them. You do not, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you get to know them behind what they look like, behind what they post, it's like, shit, what did I get myself into? So yeah, you get to a point where it's like, I'm really good here. This is actually good. Like the way we are is a good thing.
Right.
That might be good for one thing. But what's the rest of this motherfucker like?
And knowing what you want helps too, right? So guys that are only going for girls that look a certain way, you're gonna get the same result no matter what girl you insert into the picture, because you're only looking at one part of it. So if you know that you want somebody with a little bit more substance, you know what your life goals are, maybe you know your career, you got to find people that align with that. So even if you're attracted to one aesthetic, if that doesn't match your lifestyle, it's never gonna work. And you got to learn that. That's not something that you're going to know right away. Maybe some people have met the love of their life super early and they settled down and they did all that. And that's rare.
Yeah, because those people only cheat a little bit.
But then you talk to people who have been divorced who say that their relationship just changed and they got into it too early, or they got into the relationship for the wrong reasons. And a lot of your peers and your family will pressure you into doing shit that you're not ready for. So I would rather have somebody who lived their life, that knows what they want, and when it's time to go into that next phase, they're like, cool, and then we can go and do that, and then hopefully make that work.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know if I've said this before, but probably one of my, I knew a homie that this girl he went to high school with, you know, she was with the same dude, and then she got engaged, and then like when she was engaged, hit him up for some dick, and was like, dude, it just kind of dawned on her, like, oh shit, this is about to be one dick for the rest of my life. Yeah. She was like, we never got it in. We got to get it in before I'm married. And just because, you know, now she's panicking. She's like, oh my God, I've only had one dick.
Yeah, like, oh, what? I don't know what other dicks feel like. How do I even know this is good?
I would like to sit with somebody who waited till marriage to have sex. I want to have that conversation because I want to know what that process is like. I've never met anybody that waited. Because
most of them got married at like 18. Yeah. Because I know one person who did that. He, like, as soon as we turned 18, he got a girlfriend and got married. So they could have sex. And like, yo, that is stupid.
For religious reasons?
Basically. But I was like, since when are you religious? Never seen you do anything religious, right? But we all stopped being friends like right after that shit. So I don't know the outcome of it, but I'll be wanting to look dude up like, yo, what happened with that shit, man?
I would love to have somebody on the show one day and ask them those questions, because that's something I've never experienced.
If you a virgin, hit my email.
Yeah, please. If you married your first, let us know. I am as an adult, super interested.
I know someone. He probably wouldn't be down to come talk about it though, but a couple we know the girl specifically. Okay. And I talked to them a long time ago. He was a virgin before they got married, and she was not. And she definitely was like, you know, it was a little interesting in the beginning.
Learning
he got the hang of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a good conversation to have, because I got some questions.
Yeah. Me too.
Just want to know, because I feel like so many people just think that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. I want to know, is it fulfilling? I want to know if it makes you feel like, I did it right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I was, I was thinking about this the other day, and I texted you about this. Damn, why you want to talk about this? Yeah, sure, let's get into it.
You sure?
Yeah. So I was thinking, like, damn, it's interesting for, someone who is like super religious, right? So they don't do this and this and that their whole lives, don't have sex, until they're married, blah, blah, blah. They don't partake in, I don't know, the partying that they think might be sacrilegious, right? And then you got, let's say, a homie that lives his full life, goes out, smashes everything, does all the drugs, does all the drinking, and then he's like, you know what? I'm sick of it. I'm going to give my life to God. Ask for forgiveness. Now this motherfucker's going to heaven with the dude that was being good his whole life, and now they both in heaven. And this guy's like, oh man, yeah, that shit was crazy though, right?
Yeah, remember back in the day
we was fucking everything, and he's like, I don't even know what that's like.
Said, hooking what?
I've been to different churches, but I've never practiced one particular religion. But isn't the goal to live your life, shouldn't you want to do it? So the man who does it and stays perfect and lives that way, he's making that choice because he wants to, right? Not for the end goal. Isn't that what makes him go to heaven? Because he did it because he wanted to, and that was the right thing to do, versus I am doing this so I can get somewhere?
I feel like that's supposed to be what
that's right. Okay.
But it really feels like everyone who does it is like, I'm trying to show you I'm good.
Okay.
God.
To get into heaven specifically, especially when you go to a school like that, right? Christian school, which, let me just say, I love the fundamentals that the Christian school I went to instilled in me. All right. But that whole aspect of we're going to scare you into being good is a part of it that I didn't like. It was like, if you don't do this, you're going to hell. You're going to hell. It's fucking fire and brimstone, torture, things you could never imagine. Right. And I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is what can really fuck somebody up from just living.
One of my good friends growing up, we're no longer friends, but she was very religious later in life. But I kind of watched her make a lot of fucked up decisions than go to church, which actually made me not want to go to church, because I was like, this makes no sense. Like the way you live your life and then you go to church and then you're trying to tell me something. I'm like, hey, you do what you need to do, but I don't agree with how you are playing this game. I remember one day she hit me up and she told me that I was going to go to hell because I don't go to church. And she said, I want to see you in heaven one day. I need you to go to church. And I'm like, girl, we on two different paths. And I'm pretty sure both of us is not going to the same place regardless, because I
like,
know.
No, bro, I got the cheat code.
Right. And
do
she
what
was
you
like,
want, but just say.
Yeah. And so, but when I watched people struggle with their morals, it was really sad to me. So I think that the person that lives their life pretty much for praise, it's the same thing for praise, and to get somewhere is probably, I mean, this is just my opinion, is doing it for the wrong reasons.
Right.
And the person that decides that they want to go and change their ways, if it's because they actually want to change their ways, I don't know who's right and who's wrong.
No one does,
because I'm not the one to judge you.
What
for
if the
it,
people who was making the religion was like, all right, here's what we'll do, bro. We'll tell them if they don't do this, they going to hell. And like, okay, cool. Wait. But we said if they repent, they can go to heaven.
Yeah.
So should we tell the people who live good the whole time that they gonna go to like VIP heaven? And then it's like, but no, that defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah.
Because everybody's supposed to be the same. Damn.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's just tell them everybody's gonna go to the same heaven. But try to make these people feel better about it somehow. Like, it don't work.
Yeah,
I'm a firm believer in the thought that God knows your heart. You know what I'm saying? And also, like, when they were instilling in me, God is omnipotent. He knows everything, creator of all things. And I'm like, then he's not stupid. Then he understands how shit works.
Yeah.
He's not about to be like, man, you killed 10 people. You ate some pussy before you got married. Y'all are both going to hell.
Get the hell. And neither one of you asked me for forgiveness. Get your ass in.
I mean, but that is a question that a lot of people ask. I'm like, ooh, I be thinking about that too. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that.
There's an episode of South Park that I always tell people about, where it's a whole bunch of people in hell, and the guy coordinator down there, he's like, all right, well, murderers get in this line, rapists get in this line, Catholics get in this line, Protestants get in this line, and they're like, dude, what? Why are we here? Who was right? And the guy's like, the Mormons. And everyone's like, oh, damn it, shit.
Oh my God. I'm glad that we can at least have a conversation about some of these things in a comfortable, joking way, because that amongst our friends, every Sunday we're having a conversation like, all right, who believes in what now? Like, I feel like you hit a certain age, and if you're not just living by what your parents told you to do, you have the right to figure it out. You can change. My mom was multiple things. I've had the opportunity to go to multiple churches, which I highly recommend.
Same.
I think that is a beautiful thing, to have a better understanding of people and why they do what they do. But if you can't talk about it without getting super defensive, then are you actually practicing what you're preaching?
Preach, ironically, yes. All right, well, let's get back to what we're talking about.
Let's back to the questions.
So don't be trying to have sex with nigga if you ain't never had sex before, weirdo.
Yeah, you damn heathen. We'll just rattle these off, okay?
All right.
What titties feel like? I know the answer.
Oh, well, shit. Nice.
Yeah.
Because we did ask what sex with a woman feels like.
Okay.
And what erections feel like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so tell us this then.
Okay.
What does it feel like to get some peen in your vagine?
It's not the same every time.
Okay.
It is not the same every time. Some feel different than others. Some days feel different than others. It's like,
But if you could describe it to someone who
how
doesn't
do
have a
you-
vagina.
I know that's
Wait,
extremely.
she's gonna get there.
That's,
Yeah.
that's extremely difficult. Okay.
Okay, think about a good one
Okay.
and then a bad one.
A good one, a good one feels like I love you. Like if you've ever just felt the sudden urge to scream "I love you" for some strange reason, that's what a good pain feels like.
Eating good chicken.
It makes your whole body tense up. You feel like a crazy connection. If we're talking about the physical side of it, it's like all the parts fit perfectly. And there's a pressure and then there's a release. It's almost like a head rush, I would say. And then when the blood is leaving your head, you probably came. And it is one of the most euphoric feelings in the world. That shit is insane. And it can happen multiple times.
Okay, this is how I've imagined it. Tell me if this is
Yeah.
Have you ever like stuck your hand like this in some slime? Like the slime that people make with the glue and all that shit, and how it's like, and then when you try to take it out, it's kind of stuck a little bit. It's like, because that's kind of
what you envision it feels like. No.
Okay.
No. The best one I've ever had did not feel like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
It was slimier than actual slime.
But I do know what you're talking about. It doesn't quite work that way. It's not like it goes in and all of a sudden it's just molded and it holds on to it. I feel like what you're describing is almost like when dogs get stuck together.
No, not like that. So it's like a suction. It's like a pull you in kind of thing.
I think that's more for you guys than it is for us. That's probably what it feels like for you, like that feeling of that grip and pulling out. That's not what it feels like for me. It's there's certain spots that when you have a good one that it hits and it triggers certain things. It's almost like, you know, when you see a ping pong game and you hit one of the paddles and the light goes off, that's kind of what's happening. It's like bing, 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 because it's never just one spot. And then all of a sudden you're on a roll and then you like hit the jackpot.
So is it less physical than everything else?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
let me ask you this.
Okay.
If I can.
Okay.
If you could try and describe the difference between some clitoral stimulation and some penetration.
Okay. Would be clitoral stimulation is very sensitive for me. It feels like that makes my whole body tingle. You feel like somebody is taking a feather and rubbing it all over you at the same time. Like it's just one full body experience and you're feeling it everywhere and it makes everything feel better for some reason. It's like if you've ever taken any drugs but it feels like everything is glowing and it's all over you. It's this really warm feeling. Penetration does not feel like that necessarily. Sometimes it's really uncomfortable and doesn't feel good at all, and it feels like you're trying to guide them into a spot that you may not even know where you're trying to get them to go. It's really strange, but if you know your body well enough and you can move, you want them to stay in that place. And there's nothing more annoying than when somebody, you're like, we're close, stay there, don't stop. And then they stop. And all of a sudden, everything that you just built up to is gone.
Because we be about to bust, man.
But but like, so say.
Or you took too long.
Right. But if we're going to do the comparison.
Yeah.
I'm almost too tired. Right. Better hurry up, bitch.
So that's like the difference. So when you're just like rubbing when you're on the outside, it's like you feel it everywhere. And it's kind of just this one big feeling that can end up with a release. But when you're dealing with penetration, at least for me, everybody else is different. It feels like the buildup is not anywhere near the same, and I'm not getting the full body experience that I do from the outside.
Even when completely warmed up and aroused.
Oh.
Because that, like, so for men, like we say it's all the same shit, right? But it's not. There's times where it's like both of you are the exact same amount of horny.
Right, yeah.
And she's absolutely ready. There's no warming up needed.
Yeah.
You're ready. It feels different. It's a different type of feeling.
It does.
Going on.
Like
that's more of a full body thing for us.
That's actually more of what you were trying to describe with that kind of connection that happens when you're able to go at the same time. But penetration for the most part doesn't work for a lot of women.
Yeah.
And they just don't know how to say that because they don't even know what they're looking to feel.
Right.
Like, unless you've actually physically came from penetration, you have no idea what the hell's going on down there. And that's probably the best way to describe it is like, bitch, I don't know. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable and then you'll be like, oh, that felt nice. Oh, wait, that was gone.
You know what? That makes complete sense when you think about the anatomy of all of it, right? So your clitoris is basically our penis.
Yes.
That's where all the nerve endings are. That's why it's easy as fuck for us. But inside of there,
It's not the same.
it's just baby hole.
Yeah. So like, so the
Hole for a baby to come out of,
yes,
not hole of a.
Yeah,
Don't be fucking weird.
even talking about the G spot, that's still something, and that was discovered not even that long ago. And to feel that, if I was to do it to myself, it still wouldn't be the same as somebody else doing it to me because there needs to be a mental
Right.
connection
Like trying to tickle yourself.
for me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Or I can
everybody,
tickle you when she gets up.
don't do that. So, but everybody's. I don't like that. I don't like being tickled. That is something that does not do it. For me. You might get smacked if you ever try to tickle me. I'll be like, hey, I just had a flashback. I'm like, oh, I don't like it. But it's confusing for a lot of women if you've never explored it. Okay, here's a little statistic. Most lesbians come like a woman on woman experience. They're more likely to come than a woman and male experience. Like,
I mean,
more,
that makes sense.
because there's a better understanding. There's more exploration. The needs are different. So it's complicated. And ladies, if you don't figure out what you like and what works for you, it makes it tough to guide your partner. Because the best I ever had wasn't just the D. It was everything attached to it. Because there's been good D that I'd be like, that's cool, but I don't really want to deal with you again. Then I've had somebody that the thing wasn't the best, but everything else that went into it made sex so amazing. And I would say the one thing that made me scream like I love you once wasn't even the D inside. It was like, I think my foot wound up in his mouth and I was like, what the fuck is happening?
And he shook that titty
Dude,
real
I
good.
just was like this, oh my God, I love you. And I'm like, stupid, don't say that. Like, but it's almost uncontrollable because it's the experience of it, not necessarily just the P in the V.
So that makes so much sense, and it supports an argument that women hate. But this is the episode about what women want, so I'm not gonna go into that argument. But damn,
You saving that one for later?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, well let's end it with this. The same thing you ended our episode with. What is one thing that you wish guys would do more of as a woman, from your perspective?
From my perspective,
But it's a two-parter.
okay.
In a relationship,
Okay.
and then just men in general in the world.
Okay. In a relationship.
And remember, this is Nikki Blades talking.
This is just me, and from my experience, I wish that men would be able to express when they're feeling insecure. Because a lot of the times in relationships, we don't necessarily know that's what you're dealing with because you're not expressing it, and you have this ego and this persona that you have to where we can't see what the problems are and if we're contributing to the problem. So if you're feeling insecure about something, I would say communicate that. I wish that would happen more. I would say that would have saved a couple of relationships if I would have known that I was a big part of the insecurity and I had no idea. So there wasn't anything for me to fix till it was too late.
Yeah.
And then men in general, hold each other accountable. There are a lot of it's scary out there for women. It really is terrifying to be a woman in this world. When you see these stories that are happening, rejection, you see how some of these guys go about handling women, the way that they follow, the catcalling, the grabbing, the just the way that we view women. If you are a good guy, try to not allow piece of shit ass dudes around you to think that that's okay. Like, hold them accountable, call that shit out. And if you ever see somebody that is in need, whether it's male or female, fucking step up. We need more of that, because when I think about the fact that I have to look over my shoulder to walk to my car in the morning, when I have to be paranoid about even going to the grocery store because I don't know if somebody's going to follow me to my car or if I'm going to have to be on the defense. And if I'm screaming, is anybody going to help me? I really hope that men can start to see some of the fucked up shit that's happening to the women around them and hold those guys accountable for their actions and hopefully raise better sons.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Nikki Blades,
You're
for sharing
welcome.
that. All right, y'all. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. Rate us on your whatever podcast system you're listening with, iTunes podcast.
We're
or
asking for
Spotify.
ratings now?
I mean, I never do that.
WikiFeet.
WikiFeet. I realize I never do that, and people like that's a thing. I guess it helps something.
So people be like, oh, Tim didn't ask us to rate. I'm not gonna rate. Did he ask us? He didn't. Oh yeah, don't rate it.
So rate us. I think it's good for stuff. All right.
And
Y'all suck. Damn.
you're like, shit, never mind, don't do that. And don't forget,
GoodyBrand.comedy's shirts drop tomorrow. All right. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Chaser podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Bye.
Peace out.